This season I've reached the leaderboard and stayed there for 7 weeks, and in this video I will just conclude the loadouts which I've been using. And every week I've been making those recap videos and keeping track of the loadout changes, so this is how it looked like up until today. And so the loadouts HVK with quick fix pack, just because I want a faster recovery, so I would be able to reload in peace. I have the equalizer for being more aggressive, Molotov and trophy, and Scostrix basically UAV is pretty default, Red Missile is just cheaper than the Cluster Strike, and it gets the job done just as well. Now the Stealth Chopper, I'm not too fond of it, but it is considerably cheap, easy to unlock, especially compared with other Scostrix like Advanced UAV, other Chopper and whatnot. And HVK Gunsmith I'm using a pretty basic one with IKM Light stock for better ADS movement. I did see MAP stock being recommended instead, but it does make BSA better, but I really just like the ADS movement improvement on this one. And overall it is a gun that is good if your team is good, because you run out of bullets super fast, and really just do not use it with a bad team. Now die rich, it is, as I think, the best assault rifle and weapon overall to use in ranked at the moment, because it has good damage, but the firing rate is not as fast compared with HVK, so you can just do more with the mag before reloading. And as you can see, the setup of the Scostrix and everything is identical. And it is my main loadout when I just want to do the best I can to win a match. Moving on now, in situations when the direct is not feeling powerful enough. Not moving on, first the gunsmith. I made a separate video for the gunsmith. I just find the maximum stock combined with 25 round OTM mag to be the best, because this way you can compete against enemy directs. And when you put 25 rounds mag, it has no red zone downsides. And yeah, so when the direct is not doing enough damage, I have the Oden, which essentially is slower direct with better range and better damage profile. They both have 25 round mags, but on Oden you don't have to put a special mag to get that effect. And I really like it. Pretty much in any match where direct is just lacking in damage, Oden will cover for it. And it is good at range, it is good at mid-range, even close if you manage to ADS and just kill your enemies. And Gunsmith, I prefer Operator Foregrip in this build, but you can also try the FMJ pack. Just Operator Foregrip introduces your recoil, which is a bit of an issue when shooting with the FMJ. Moving on, so we have the Grau, of course. I'm using a fast build. I did try the Archangel barrel, but then it just makes the overall mobility too slow for me, and I'm not really seeing much of a range benefit on it. And I have a Ghost just to be invisible for enemy UAVs, which allows me to play more versatile, more sneaky, and I can pick my range. It is good up close, good at mid-range, good at long range. Of course there are guns that are better at long range, but you can compete at any distance. And this is the gunsmith which I prefer. It is a aggressive gunsmith, with the no stock, with the Nexus barrel. And so basically, like I said, it is just fastest build and I like it. Now Type 19, it is my current creation without the silencer, because I wanted to put both the stock and the mag foregrip, which improve the ADS movement speed, some ADS time, some mobility, and it just makes the gun to be not super fast, but fastest variant for the weapon. And basically, if you remove the suppressor, let's say you're losing tactical suppressor, so you get better ADS time, and the only downside is that the weapon is not silenced. Now if you're using a monolithic suppressor or that signature suppressor, then of course it will be a different build, but for this variant I really just find it better compared to tactical suppressor. Now PDW is the best mid-range SMG at the moment, and I use it whenever my assault rifles are feeling too slow. And as you can see, heavy cold-blooded because with it I can ignore the stealth choppers, shocker seas, hunter-killer drones, and dauntless just so I could push into areas without caring about the molotovs and whatnot. And it's pretty good to be aggressive with it, and like whenever your assault rifle suggest to slow, you use the PDW, or at least that's what I'm doing. And the build has Slate of Hand because I really just like faster reload, instead of Disable Pack, which is also commonly used. Just really I much prefer the reloading. Fennec for being even more aggressive than the PDW. Now, even in like small maps, often it will be underperforming because you will just get killed from afar against assault rifles. But often, or like when the lob is right, it is just the best close range aggressive weapon, ignoring the shotguns, but like I'm not really using shotguns in multiplayer at the moment, so this is just the most aggressive option to use. And yeah, I chose the Ghost to be sneaky, Dauntless to ignore the Molotovs, and now MG42, well, I don't like using MG42, but I must use it whenever I end up in lobbies against enemies that are just spamming MG42s, because it is just the thing that works against them. So usually I just switch to it to finish them off, like to just try to pull through the match into victory. As far as the gunsmith goes, this is just like the fastest firing rate variant that I could have made. I do not know if it is the best. If you have a better one, then please share, but whenever I try some recommended gunsmith, it is just underperforming to me after the nerf. But since the idea is just to fight against the enemy MG42s, I'm quite fine with it. Now PP90 Bizon will be next. Yeah, so here it is. I made a video recently with a few different gunsmiths. At the moment I have one like a kind of experimental phase, so you can check that video for more options, but I'm also pairing it with the FHJ just to take down enemy stealth choppers, because even though I'm quite prepared against them with the cold-blooded pack, but sometimes my teammates are still dying to them, so I just have to have an emergency loadout to take it down. And yeah, so this is the gunsmith I'm currently trying out. I could put disable on it instead of the extended mag, but like, I'm not too fond of either option, and so at the moment I'm just trying out the mag instead. As other attachments are pretty good as they are shown as I just showed you. And now the remaining two loadouts, this is basically identical Dirage loadout, except it has the cold-blooded. So in situation when I'm using Dirage with a quick fix, suddenly stealth chopper appears, and I, let's say, don't want to use another gun, so I just use Dirage. And Type 19 I have a loadout for a variant with a silencer, and yeah, I should remove it tactical and put maybe monolithic or that signature one. But like, I just wanted to have an option with the silencer, because my main one is without. And that covers the loadouts. Now the last three are in kind of a testing phase, but others are covered by a few weeks of leaderboard ranked usage.